Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're heading into the third game between Zeus5 and TactX. And we have a PvP this time. Ethereal is going up against Primal, who already kicked out two Zerg players from the Zeus5 team. And it's gonna be played on Polar Night. And yeah, let's see what kind of game we get. So, Fox, do you have any opinions?
Well, not too much, I will be honest. Hi there, everyone. I'm also casting the game. I must be honest, as a Terran player, I don't watch that many PvPs, so I'm not too familiar with the build and what you should build and what not to build. So I'll be honest, actually taking more of the backseat. I believe you've got more experience being in Master. You've got more experience what you should see. But I'll ask some questions maybe that some of the viewers would also like to know, something to say, why are you doing this and why not that?
Well,
if that's all right with you.
By far, I'm not an expert in PvP because, well, I don't watch it that much either, but I've seen a fair share of pro PvPs to know a little bit. So,
Okay.
basically, my impression was the guy who expands first dies. That's my
That's what I've
basic
heard
PvP
too.
impression, yeah. Let's see if it's true, this game.
Alright, so yeah, we've got Primal in the top as green, same color as the game before. And eThereal in the blue as the blue Protoss. You see that's where the Protoss comes from, blue Protoss. Anyways, blue Protoss here in the bottom. And they'll be busy scouting each other. Primal a little bit faster with that, but that is because eThereal looked for some proxy pylons or cannon rushes, I suppose.
Yeah, and both are going for double gas, which implies that there won't be some wanky 3-gate pressures early on, I guess, or 4-gate even. So we're probably gonna see some tech going up soon. Well, not soon, but well, fairly soon. And let's see what kind of tech they decide to go. It could be going Stargate for Oracles, or even Phoenixes, Robo for Immortals, and yeah, or even DTs. Who knows? Maybe we can see some DTs.
They'll hide in the shadows. That would be pretty cool. One thing I must say here, though, for eThereal, which I like a lot, is putting the cybernetics core between the gas geyser and the warp gate as to block off. If you look at the map, you'll see you could have stalkers that go from the low ground, blink up in that side, and quickly go to the mineral line. By putting these buildings there, he denies that. I think that's a very small little touch that makes a big difference, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. And the scouts are still in the bases of each other, and Primal sees everything. So did eThereal. He's retreating with his probe now, followed by another probe. Now he backs off, and well, basically eThereal saves a scouting probe, and Primal loses his, which is not that much of a deal, but still, small thing.
A game changer. We see here Primal going for the starport, and eThereal on the other side going for the Twilight Council. I believe to go for there's the
there
DT.
we see the DT shrine.
Nice, you called it.
So
Going
and we
for
see
Twilight Council for Blink, I
We
suppose.
see a Stargate opening for Primal. So basically, DT it's as worse as it could get for Primal, because with a Stargate opening, he has less of an option of detection early on. So if this DT Dark Shrine gets unscouted, this could get very dangerous for Primal. Well, actually, he scouted just as I said it.
Well, Quicksilver, let me tell you this. Day 9 always says when behind Dark Shrine. He's not behind yet, so he shouldn't go Dark Shrine yet. No, sorry, I do apologize. Sorry, I tend to take things on the lighter side of life. I do apologize. It doesn't seem as serious. Oh, we have here a Mothership Core versus Mothership Core. I think they can bump into each other. That's about it. It's like,
Yeah, that would be great.
So that's a mechanic they should do.
Or like
if you're listening.
or like cast recall on each other, you know, recall
Yes.
his Mothership Core to his own Nexus to get killed or something like that.
Cool. Well, actually, speaking of recall, the Mothership Core, a nice move there from eThereal. Recalled his Mothership Core by itself to save it, which is a small little move. Yeah, obviously costs energy, but it's worth it. And Primal is actually supply blocked. pretty badly.
And if my theory holds truth in it, eThereal is going to lose the game because he expands
Expand
first.
first. well, Primal expand right after him, so I'm not too sure about that. I mean, yes, you are right. I suppose when we say expand first, it's kind of like a huge expand.
Yeah, I mean, we
You know,
see a
like
DT.
expanding way early.
We see a DT running into the base of Primal now. The ramp is blocked though, so he can't get in at the
Well,
moment.
a couple
And
of
there's
swipes
an
to kill
oracle.
his zealot.
An oracle to detect.
Well, he does cast that Envision to scout, and those things are so freaking fast. He's on that DT's ass to take him.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oracle killing
hey.
DT. I've never seen that
Wow.
before, I think.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. I mean, we all know oracles take down mineral lines fairly quickly with their ability pulsar beam, but being able to detect and do damage like that's impressive. I haven't seen oracles being used like that.
Yeah, well, it basically came down to that he scouted the Dark Shrine real fast, and so it wasn't a surprise for Primal that there will be DTs coming. He held that off, handled that very good, I think.
I'm still surprised. Primal here doing quite a bit of mistakes compared to the PVZ, getting supply blocked fairly often. I think that
Yeah,
might
I didn't pay attention to it.
cause him
Maybe.
problems later. I mean, he was blocked at 42 supply and now at 50, so that's something he really needs to watch out. I guess it's more micro intensive, the build that he's doing now. I suppose that for me at least would mess it up. Where I need to micro more, I would forget my macro and supply blocks.
In fact, if you look at the harvest account, it's a ridiculous difference between the number of harvesters. eThereal has like more than 50, almost 15 workers more than Primal. So this could give him a very good advantage.
We actually see here the two observers. They can see each other, so they just waving from a distance, like Romeo and Juliet. Hi. I'm sorry. We see here the micro-intensive build. Yeah, you're absolutely right there with the harvester count. That probably plays a factor because Primal going for like Phoenix play, which needs more micro and so on, and then in the process forgetting to build harvesters or anything like that. Plus, also I have to say, eThereal is harassing him more than Primal is harassing eThereal.
Yeah, Primal didn't do much with his Phoenixes, and also didn't do any damage with his Oracle. He just uses the Oracle for defensive purposes, for detection. Actually, where is the Oracle? Did it die? No, there. 2 kills. It's over there.
We actually see here the Stalker is blinking for it and taking out a Phoenix, which is very good. And I like the proxy pylon from eThereal here at the third base from Primal, just to scout at the same time if he's taking a third, or to warp in some DT to run in quickly. I mean, obviously Primal once he wants to expand there, he will kill that pylon, but for now I like that position.
There is a small Blink Stalker force coming in, trying to snipe off a couple of workers. Now the Phoenix come in, lift 1 Stalker.
Let me out!
And now they're running for their dear lives.
Ooh, one mistake here, putting Photon Overcharge on the Nexus for no reason. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
guess
wasn't
it
necessary,
recharges, but I guess it's panic.
Oh, now he gets all of his Stalkers lift,
Ooh.
and all of them are gonna go down. That's a big loss.
For eThereal
Okay, 2
there.
of them get away, but yeah. It's
Also,
still
buddies
pretty
died. That's one thing I would want to ask you. Originally, when I started seeing this, I saw Primal going Phoenixes. I'm like, why would you build Phoenixes? I'm used to seeing like gateway units and Colossi and things like that. I didn't expect to see Phoenixes out there. Why would you go for Phoenixes?
Well, you have well, in my opinion, or from my knowledge of PvPs, PvPs are have like a couple of how do you call it?
What fixed
Paper,
games
scissors,
or-
stone.
Oh,
tactics, you know?
counters. Yes.
Counters. And well, basically, if you go Phoenixes, it's pretty good versus gateway openings. Sorry, I mean Stargate openings from opponents who go Oracle, obviously, because Oracle
Yeah, sure.
just
They
die,
are going
you know?
conjured, yeah.
And but it's very weak against, well, should be weak against DT openings because they don't have easy detection early on.
Right.
And it's also pretty decent against robo openings because they can just lift the immortals, and yeah, so they can't do any damage. And also Phoenixes can harass a little bit because they can lift the probes and yeah, kill them pretty quickly. On the other hand, I think also good versus, well, decent versus Stargate openings is Link Stalker. Although, on the other hand, Void Rays are very good versus Stalkers in general. So I'm not an expert on the PvP fields. It's just what I know.
We could see how that goes. Actually, see there, that pylon that I mentioned earlier at the third base got taken out, not before warping in a DT to kill Zealot. I suppose that's not the best trade-off, but it is what it is. The movement here from Primal with
we
the
see a Warp Prism coming in into the main base of Primal, dropping in 1, 2, 3, 4 Zealots and
nice.
getting away, killing a couple of probes, 4 or 5.
A lot of probes.
And now the Colossus coming.
Ooh, he's sending them back and killing some more.
I think, yeah. How many probes did he lose now?
In total, 16.
Nice.
So that's a big loss there for Primal. Now, what I was saying with the Phoenix movement, I saw Primal moving around on the map with the Phoenixes, scouting for other bases and so on. But that's about it. In terms of what you had mentioned, harassing worker lines, nothing like that is happening. But I suppose that's also because you've got cannons in most bases, so it's not really worth to harass with that.
Yeah.
We also see here the 4 eThereal, the +2 attack coming in. Charge almost finished for Primal. That will help his Zealots to move along, a passive movement speed, which is great. And +1 for him. So he is behind in upgrades there for attack.
And we see the Warp Prism coming in again with 4 Zealots loaded. Actually, 3 Zealots and 1 DT loaded inside. 1 DT slashing up probes in the third base, and yeah, killing a couple more probes. 3, 4 kills now, 5 kills.
Wow, that is really putting Primal behind.
At the same time, in the main base, we see a Warp Prism harass. This is
this is
good
taking
harassment from eThereal.
At the same time, we see eThereal moving out with his main force. And this is a fairly common thing to see, that you got your whole army moving around and, oh wait, I've got a drop in my main base, let me quickly send my whole army back, which leaves then Primal's third exposed for eThereal's main army, which he does move out now with a lot of Immortals moving out to kill Primal's third.
I think it's a very good decision for eThereal to harass and attack at the same time, because if you see the main armies, I think in a straight up fight he would have lost.
See, the army supply, okay, obviously now it's a bit too late to check for that, but it is favoring eThereal.
Did he recall to the third base?
Yes, he did. Just go back in 15 seconds or 20,
then
you can see. Yeah, he did actually recall just before it died, so that's why the units came back, and then it became a straight one-on-one army fight. And
so basically he fended off the attack at the main base, or did he?
Almost. So there was still a little bit left, but I think he wanted to save his third.
He wanted to save both at the same time, I guess.
Well, the third's got more economy there, more probes there.
We see some a little bit indecisiveness from him. Now he recalls and and loses everything because
that's the thing, because they have a cooldown.
Yeah, that was a bad decision. Yeah.
I understand why he did that, because if you see all the probes running away, there was more economy there. So if you would have lost both, you would have lost his main and the third. That would have been it. On the other hand,
it came down to indecisiveness because. He couldn't decide to save the main base or the third. That way he lost both.
Yeah.
And even his army. So, yeah.
No, definitely. Well done there from eThereal. I really like that. The kind of like what Terrans do, the 2-prong drop and then moving in with their Marine Marauders, something like that. I really like that. That really tests players their multitasking ability and to be aware of what's going on everywhere, and also doing the right decision in terms of taking just enough army to deal with those drops, not moving your whole army. I understand, I do that myself. I'm like, take everything and run back, and I understand that, but unfortunately, that leaves you open if somebody's exactly counting on that.
Yeah.
So well done.
So we'll be casting the next game now, which will be eThereal against, I don't know, we'll see.
All right, cool. Well,
right.
So enjoy, and we'll see you then there.
See you next time.